Hey y'all, it's June the 2nd, 2017. I wanted to holler at y'all about something real quick. There's been times before when I've made mention of and alluded to the fact that God talks to me, alright? Because the reason I bring it up is a lot of people don't think that God talks to them or whatever. They can't hear the messages being sent. Right, so they're very unbelieving of that sort of thing. Anyways, God talks to me. He's been talking to me for a while now. Alright? Directly. Now, it's not necessarily that I hear his voice, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like that. What it is that he gives me signs, alright? For people who believe in coincidence and random stuff, they'll never understand signs. They'll never believe it. Alright? So regardless, he sends me signs. I don't believe in random stuff or coincidence. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, for the past couple of years, 2-3 years, God talks to me directly, and he'll let me know stuff that I shouldn't otherwise know. Alright, there's no reason for me to know things except that he gives me signs, and then I know stuff even before the fact, or before I find out. Alright, all that being said, I want to describe to you what just happened. Alright, just so that you know kind of how this whole thing works. Alright, so a little while back, it's been a little while, I started playing around with drumsticks. Now, I bought drumsticks way back in San Antonio. I've been had them for a long time. It's a good thing because it's very cheap. It's a cheap instrument that you can use. You can pretty much use it anywhere. Drumsticks. So recently, I would say over the past month, a couple months, you know, I got it in my brain to play around with the drumsticks every night. Alright? Whatever form or fashion. Most times what I'll do is I'll go on the internet, because I've been having trouble downloading music for whatever reason. I'll go on the internet, alright, and I'll look up certain songs that I remember, and just songs that you like and everything. Lots of times it'll be country songs, and I'll drum along. I'll see if I can figure out what exactly the drum pattern is. See if I create my own drum pattern. All right, that has really nothing to do with anything. I've been learning how to drum. All right. Recently, I have a series of favorite songs, favorite country songs that I like to put on there, and I like to do the same songs over and over again. See if I can't break them down. See if I can't conquer them. All right. One of these songs is by Leanne Womack. Alright? It's a funny name. But Leanne Womack. Alright? And it's called I Hope You Dance. Alright? Very, very popular song. I mean, chart topper. Everybody from that time remembers I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack. Alright? And, I put on the song because I really like the song. Wasn't all too familiar with the music video, to tell you the truth, until I started playing it on YouTube and started drumming to it, and then I watched the music video. Now, what I had to explain to y'all is, as I watched the music video, this is what I saw. Well, actually, before I get into that, my wife, right, she never liked this song, and I happen to know for a fact that she never liked this song. I Hope You Dance. It's a beautiful song. It makes you wonder, well, why wouldn't she like this song? The reason that she gave me is because her father one time dedicated that particular song to her. Got an alarm going off. Alright, I'm back. My wife, she never liked the Leanne Womack song because one time her father dedicated that song to her. Alright. Meanwhile, just suffice it to say, they're estranged now. Like, my wife has nothing at all to do with her father. So she doesn't like the song. Alright. So keep that in mind. But I started watching the music video, and this is what I noticed. First of all, Leanne Womack, she's got her hair all done up, you know, to make it look thicker and fuller. It kind of reminds me of my wife, alright? Not only that, she's got like her cleavage all hanging out, which is in a sense inappropriate. I know that she wants to get more attention and stuff in the music video, so that's why she has cleavage hanging all out. Alright, in a sense, not that my wife necessarily did that too much, but in a sense that reminded me of my wife because, you know, it's just reminiscent, alright? So anyways, Leanne Womack gives off the vibe of my wife, basically, in this music video for you to watch it. So the rest of the music video, if I had to describe it for you, is basically them sitting around, maybe dancing around, and there's a young girl in it, right? And then there's an even younger, I believe, girl, like a little baby. So there's like, I don't know if you would say an 8-year-old girl, and then maybe a 1 to 2 years old little child who's a girl in the music video. And what's inferred in the music video is that they're siblings. This is what's inferred in your head just by watching it. They didn't say that they're siblings, but you assume that they're siblings. Alright, and then when you listen to the music video and you take in the whole context of the music video, you begin to understand that it seems as though Leanne Womack in this particular video is a single mother. Like her love interest did not work out, and that's what the song details. And even though her love interest didn't work out, what she's basically saying is, I hope you dance anyways. I mean, all this weird bad stuff can happen. It happens a lot. But I hope you dance. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you take life by the horns. And I hope you really make your mark and stuff like that. That's what the whole song is about. Even though your love interest might totally crumble and it's not exactly permanent. That's what the whole song is about. Now, the reason I say that God spoke to me, that God was giving me signs, is the very second I started seeing this music video. I couldn't help but get the overwhelming feeling. Like I said, Leanne Womack resembles my wife in lots of ways. And then you see this 8 years old girl, and my daughter, she's about 7 right now. You see this girl, and you can't help but think, oh man, you know, this little girl looks a hell of a lot like my daughter. Like, not exactly like her, but she's reminiscent of my daughter, right? So you start to gather that information. And then you notice that she does have a little sibling, alright? So from all that information from the music video, I took it into my head. Here's how I interpreted it. My wife, or my ex-wife, whatever you want to call her, she's either having a baby, gonna have a baby. There's a baby there, right? And there's no way for me to know, to be honest with you, because it is extremely hard to find anything. You're not gonna find my wife's picture on the internet. You're not gonna hardly find not anything, not a Facebook, not nothing. All right, so it's very hard to know. If I talk to her relatives, I'll get nothing back. So it's impossible almost for me to know. So when I was getting this sign from God, he was telling me, look, your daughter, she has a sibling, all right? That's what I want you to know. And that was the basic message that I got. We're going to go into the rest of the details towards the end, so give me a second. He said, your daughter has a sibling, and I want you to know that. He gave me a sign, all right? And I was like, gosh, you know, that's a heck of a sign. And I thought about actually talking about the sign for the past couple of days on the internet, just putting it out there, making it official. Look, I got a sign from God. I don't know how I would know this, but God told me that my wife has created a sibling for my daughter. All right, I was gonna make that video, and I didn't get around to it this morning. All right. Just like I'd done, maybe, I wouldn't say 100 times, but many times before. I typed in my wife's various names, alright, whatever, because she could have her new husband's name, she could have her old name, she's had a name before that, she's had many names, alright, so I type it in, I type in her what would be her married name now, and sure enough, like it's never popped up before, sure enough, I found details. Something popped up. All right, it's like a website called The Bump, or something like that, and I know it's speaking about her because it's in San Antonio. It has her old last name. It has her husband's name. Like it's impossible that I'm looking at somebody else right now. It's called thebump.com. So basically, it's a baby registry. All right, for people when they're asking for baby gifts, and it's dated in August 2016. All right, so what that's stating is that yes, my daughter does have a sibling. In fact, my daughter's sibling would be alive now. In fact, their ages would be pretty much almost exactly identical to the children in the Leanne Womack music video. All right, so God went ahead and told me this before I found out. Right, and just go even further. Like I was hesitant to bring this up because I wasn't sure what exactly God was telling me. I wasn't sure exactly the message that God was telling me, so I was trying to hone it, trying to figure it out before I put out a video. Meanwhile, I found out this information before I put out the video. So with that all being said, I want to end it on this note. All right. I'm not sure exactly. The baby registry does not say like what's the sex of the baby or anything like that, the due date of the baby. I'm not sure. I don't know all the details like that. But here's what the video tells me. Here's what the sign from God tells me. All right, that this baby, and if I'm correct, only time will tell. We'll see. This baby that's been had is a girl. Number one. All right, so that makes 2 girls. This is what God's telling me. Not only that, what you have to understand, and what I would find very unfortunate, is that the Leanne Womack singer, the character she's playing, I don't know who wrote the song. She's in the midst of failed love, like it failed again. If you watch the music video, you see that she has those 2 young girls, and there ain't no father around. All right. Meanwhile, in my wife's situation, there should be a father around. There should be the father of that baby around. You see what I'm saying? He should be there. And I'm sure he's there now. But the sign from God that I'm getting is this lady has 2 children, 2 young children, and there isn't a person around for some reason in the music video. So it just leads me to believe from God's sign, if I'm interpreting it correctly, that yet again it's going to be a failed marriage. And the thing is, this happens all the time here. So you would assume that, yeah, I mean, it's commonplace. Of course it's going to be a failed marriage. It's failed marriages all over the place. And I want to explain this. I'd rather it wasn't a failed marriage, to be honest with you. Honestly, I'd rather they went and lived happily ever after, because I'm tired of seeing marriages fail. I'm tired of seeing little children being left without fathers and mothers and things like that. That's unacceptable. All right. However, if I'm interpreting this correctly, then only time will tell. My daughter has a younger sister, and pretty soon that father is going to be out of the picture for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll get child support and weekend child custody and all sort of stuff like that. I really don't know. That God wasn't showing me all those details, but he did show me all these details, and he's been right so far. All right, so how accurate is the sign that he gave me? We're about to find out. Right? Only time will tell. But we're both even in the tribulation. Anyways, I'm going to holler at y'all later. I thought that y'all might be interested to know. There's a lot of people out there in my family, for instance, who probably have not a single clue that their niece has a younger sister. And I thought I would let y'all know. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all.
That's